If it isn't my favorite adventurer, one of several, I mean, but don't quote me on that. The coterie of organized scholars can't afford to play favorites. Literally, we need all the help we can get at the moment. Are you busy? This task is part of my own alchemical research, and something of my own creation. I believe it will make for an interesting study. I've formulated a tonic of giant strength that's nearly ready to test. All it needs is a finishing touch. Snowberries. They are quite popular among giants and mammoths, and look how large they grow. I don't think that's a coincidence. I need you to add a copious amount to my mixture and consume it immediately to observe the results. Local sources have mostly been consumed, but the bushes along the frozen coast should be remote enough to remain untouched. Oh, and if you have any additional questions as to the nature of my study, please don't hesitate to ask. Oh, it's far more complicated than that. The tonic's other central ingredient is the essence of a giant itself. Ooh, forget I said that. Ooh, you will have to drink it after all. I can assure you that in its present formulation that it will cause you no harm. I've nearly eliminated the tongue swelling entirely. The snowberries should allow the tonic to more easily diffuse through your body and make it much more palatable. Local sources have mostly been consumed, but the bushes along the frozen coast should be remote enough to remain untouched. Oh, and if you have any additional questions as to the nature of my study, please don't hesitate to ask. Tinzin is the name. I'm a representative of the renowned coterie of organized scholars. I'm also a member. Alchemy is my purview, as well as my passion, but our membership's specialties outnumber the stars in the sky. Oh, we're the oldest institution of learning in Western Skyrim, outside the Bard's College. In fact, the students of the Bard's College and the Mages Guild employ us exclusively for research assistance, a perk of our charter with the High King. Well, the Mages Guild is a foreign body, and folk are particularly suspicious of them. So, they are legally obligated to conduct their business through our trusted institution. As for the Bard's College, not all poets are scholars, let's say. The dangerous and dirty kind, I'm afraid. We may be a scholarly organization, but some of our research is more hazardous than others, so we are often in need of adventurous types to recover materials for study and experimentation.
What?
Back in the saddle. Stendar, keep us safe. Your children walk a dangerous path. You're still standing. Be proud of that. Your prowess was befitting a knight. Well done. Stendarr keep me safe. And my coins in my purse.
Ah, you're the first one back today. Hopefully not the only one. Walk me through your findings, if you'd be so kind. Oh, I was certain this formula was the one. Perhaps the snowberries weren't the right catalyst. Maybe mammoth milk. Live and learn. That's the coterie motto. And you've done both. Take this for your assistance. The coterie of organized scholars has need of individuals with a fondness for practical research and very few personal connections, and a sense of adventure, of course. Can I count on you? The esteemed goblin scholar Landal Gavant has commissioned the coterie to seek evidence of a previously undiscovered tribe living within Chillwind depths. As you'd imagine, the coterie is eager to substantiate this claim. We need someone to verify this claim, and if this tribe exists, bring definitive proof. Landal is specifically interested in objects of cultural significance in order to learn how socially advanced they are. Try not to disrupt the tribe too much. You should speak with the scholar authoring the study. They're much more likely to cite you in their work once you've established a rapport. It's only known for being chilly, windy, and deep. One of the larger frozen caverns in the region. Very inhospitable to life, so it's unusual to suspect an entire tribal civilization is eking out a living there, but that would put it on the map.
Progress is slow, but steady.
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolf sustained?
Everything will be all right.
Drat. I'm stumped. Until Tenzin gets me a proper research assistant, I have next to nothing to go on. Might as well be sitting on my thumbs. Thank the divines. I've exhausted my current material, which consists entirely of local folklore. There's simply no credible evidence that goblins or weaklings live in this region. Any who did were likely driven out by Nords and Reachmen long ago. There are persistent local legends of skulking shadows who linger in dark places, waiting to snatch up lost children and lone wanderers. The most prominent myths revolve around a single individual called the Pale Man. Thank the Skalds for that. More than likely, if there's a kernel of truth to the stories, that's long been obscured by decades of embellishment. What matters is, Landau Gavant wants us to look into the rumors surrounding Chillwind Depths, so we'll do our best. I do hope you find something noteworthy. Even if whatever tribe may have occupied the area is long gone, it would be better than having to report that our commission provided nothing. Common, everyday objects can often teach us more than rare items the tribe might consider valuable. Talismans, tools, scraps of cloth. Best to look for things that won't be missed. Landau Gavon prefers that we disrupt as little as possible. He's the foremost authority on goblin culture, perhaps the only authority, admittedly. He's earned the trust of and lived among numerous tribes to study their way of life. I admire his devotion, if not his preferred subject matter. If I was an authority on a subject, I wouldn't want to chase down every rumor myself, especially ones that may or may not have anything to do with my area of expertise. If we do discover a new tribe, I'm sure he'll come to study them himself.
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolf sustained?
Everything will be all right. Princess Eternal will stop the arrows and kill the treacherous High King.
Stendarr, keep us safe. Your children walk a dangerous path. What do you say to some celebratory sweets?
Ah, you're the first one back today. Hopefully not the only one. Walk me through your findings, if you'd be so kind. Ooh, oh my. These aren't like anything I've seen before. Doesn't look terribly goblin to me, but that's for Landau to determine. Either way, the existence of undiscovered peoples is quite an accomplishment. We're most pleased. Most pleased.
Ready to ride.
Ice heels walking the streets of solitude? What's our hold coming to? The Coterie of Organized Scholars is conducting a new study, and we're prepared to pay for your assistance. Is rigorous field work to your liking? Any problem with heights? How about widths? You should enjoy this. It's a fascinating study. One of our scholars is doing research for a treatise on ancient Nord embalming practices, specifically how they might help to improve modern healing techniques. He needs help acquiring samples. He wants to analyze specific organs and tissues. The ancient Nords sometimes preserved such things in jars within their barrows. There's a large one called Dragonholm near the coast. It should be fairly unspoiled, but on account of the Draga. You should speak with the scholar authoring the study. They're much more likely to cite you in their work once you've established a rapport. Oh, not familiar with them? Well, that will soon change. They are a kind of undead unique to Skyrim. Long-dead warriors and servants of the mysterious dragon priests who ruled here in the ancient past. They remind me a bit of frostbitten jerky. Technically, you already will be. Draga are mummified Nords, you see. So the organs in those jars you'll be retrieving are theirs. You should really speak to Nezashul if you want to know more about the embalming process.
Superstition.
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the...
Nezashul is glad to be of acquaintance to you. Tinzen tells him that you are to assist with his inquiries on behalf of the Coterie of Organized Scholars, yes? Ha! You find this morbid, yes? What can Nezashul say? Death has always been a great fascination for him. Would it surprise you to know that there are Khajiit who bury the dead much like the ancient Nords did? Some even worshipped dragons as well. This one is curious to compare the similarities and differences. Ancient Nords, as this one is sure you have heard, tend to be more lively as dead folk go. Nezashul wishes to know if some of that vigor is retained in their little jars. It is not the dead that Nezashul wishes to make more lively, despite how it may seem. He simply wonders if the preservation of the organs plays some part in the persistence of the Draugr spirits, as it were, and could it be applied to the living?
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolf sustained?
This High King.
What's the story behind this, I wonder?
Why, you're the first one back today. Hopefully not the only one. Walk me through your findings, if you'd be so kind. Splendid! Aren't the state of these just fascinating? They've been stored for centuries, but they look as fresh as those you'd find in a bowl of Valenwood stew. Here's your payment. Well done! The coterie of organized scholars has need of individuals with a fondness for practical research and very few personal connections, and a sense of adventure, of course. Can I count on you? Our senior, most expert on ambulatory flora requires a field assistant to collect fresh samples of Spriggan bark from the Shadow Green. Expired Spriggans tend to decompose rather quickly, but if you find any that are recently deceased, that should do. More likely, you'll have to chop down some that you encounter. Careful, they are more aggressive than most trees. Western Skyrim offers a delightful panoply of subject matter, as you'll soon discover. Which reminds me, you should seek out the scholar organizing this study for additional advice. Oh, it's a natural wonder. A lush, temperate cavern within the nearby mountain. Thanks to some not entirely dormant volcanic activity, no doubt, a great number of local fauna take refuge from the cold there. That includes many predators, I'm afraid.
Ready to ride.
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the...
Can I help you, Dry Skin? Or do you wish to ask me how I find the cold? I erect the spine of irritation. If I wanted to be bothered with questions about my research, I wouldn't have entrusted the Wood Elf to procure my bark. Did he not tell you to fetch me Spriggan bark from the Shadow Green? Assistants should not be seen or heard. They should provide what is asked of them and stay out of the way. I have nothing more to share with you than my need for fresh Spriggan bark from the Shadow Green. Now go. Chop chop!
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolf sustained?
Everything will be all right. The princess and her allies stopped the heroes and killed the treacherous High King.
Stendar keep me safe. And my coins in my purse.
Ah, you're the first one back today. Hopefully not the only one. Walk me through your findings, if you'd be so kind. Oh, what a relief. I thought my Argonian colleague might try to skin me instead if I didn't procure her samples. I can assure you, wood elves are not made of wood. Here you go. Fair market value, I promise. The coterie of organized scholars has need of individuals with a fondness for practical research and very few personal connections, and a sense of adventure, of course. Can I count on you? One of the coterie scholars has an obsession with the mysteries of Dwemer mechanisms, specifically the effects of harmonics upon soul-powered automatons. Sounds like a novel, doesn't it? Investigate a veil and the mysteries of Dwemer mechanisms. We need someone to test the scholar's dissonance apparatus on some Dwemer constructs, as well as locate one of their heart cogs. The Dwemer ruin affectionately referred to as the scraps should be an ideal location. I'll mark it on your map. You should speak with the scholar authoring the study. They're much more likely to cite you in their work once you've established a rapport. Oh, I haven't the faintest idea. That's the best part. Whatever your findings are, it'll all be uncharted territory for me. I could use more interesting reading material while I'm out here looking for quality research assistants. Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the tower of...
Ah, my new assistant, I presume. I look forward to any valid test results you might be able to produce. When you use the dissonance apparatus, do exercise caution. It required a significant fiscal investment to create. You are a curious one, are you? Where to begin? I assume you're familiar with Secundus Antiliax Pomo's work, the harmonics of motivational force as applied to post-Dwemer animunculi. I envy you. I spent 2 years of my life analyzing that dreadful tome, but as I deconstructed that work, I had an epiphany. Why not invert Pomo's premise? Could a harmonic device usurp a Dwemer construct's motive abilities? How astute, yes, theoretically. It should completely override a Dwemer's construct's ability to move. You will need to verify this and take note of the effect, of course. Pomo went on endlessly about the role of the heart cog within the motivational system of a Dwemer construct. I'm skeptical that it's as vital to the process of harmonic locomotion as he claims, and frankly, I'd love to discredit the old fossil. I will await your findings with bated breath. I constructed it for use by those with limited technical expertise. The process is as follows. Locate an active construct, attract its attention, point the device at the construct, and pull the small lever on the side. Then I suggest you run. Though if you fail to return, I suppose I can intuit the test results myself.
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolf sustained?
Everything will be all right. Princess and her allies stop the heresy. Treacherous high king.
What do you say to some celebratory sweets? I hope I was of some assistance. Get back, fiends!
Ooh, you survived the field work! Oh, excellent! Tell me, were your findings at all conclusive? You've proven quite adept with strange mechanisms. We could use more like you in the coterie. I'm more partial to the workings of living things, but I am fascinated by the lifelike behavior of Dwemer constructs. Oh, here's your commission. Well done!
Along this, then.
The Coterie of Organized Scholars is conducting a new study, and we're prepared to pay for your assistance. Is rigorous field work to your liking? Any problem with heights? How about widths? The Coterie's resident paranormal scholar needs help studying the migratory behavior of spirits after significant durations of imprisonment. Ethically sourced, of course. There's an ancient Nord prison called Midnight Barrow. Our research indicates history's worst criminals were entombed there, and their spirits trapped within umbric urns. All you need to do is smash those urns and observe the results. If you haven't already seen to it, check in with the scholar running this study. They're most eager to see it get underway. It won't be easy to get to. We know, historically, where the Midnight Barrow was, but it's long been buried and forgotten. It's probably a place better off left alone, but if there's something to learn from that place, then it's our duty to learn it. The Barrow is both a prison and a grave. The condemned who were exiled there were doomed to remain imprisoned long after they died. To say it is full of vengeful spirits would be understating things. Be careful when you disturb them. Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the tower of the...
Yes. Wonderful. Find the Midnight Barrow and smash some unbrick urns. Observe the spirit's response. What happens? Spirits imprisoned so long are hard to come by. Maybe they keep near what they know. Maybe they pass on. Maybe there's nothing left but ectoplasm. We won't know until we find out. Try not to die.
Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolves is?
Here we go.
Everything will be all right. Stop the heresy and kill the treacherous High King.
Why, you're the first one back today. Hopefully not the only one. Walk me through your findings, if you'd be so kind. Frankly, I'm uncertain about the merits of this avenue of research, but the coterie is about the pursuit of academic excellence, so I must trust in the process. I thought you were crazy to do it, but I admire your bravery. Here, your reward.